Hi, my name's Larkin, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys through a day in my life being a national trampolinist and what I do in a practice to prepare for a competition and what a normal practice looks like for me. I am on a team called Shasta Trampoline, and I'm also on Team BC. Being on Team BC means that you are a national athlete, but with Shasta, because they are my main team, I have to at least train 4 times a week for being a national athlete. I train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and those practices tend to go from an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how much I get done and how fast I get things done. Time to take you guys to the gym and see what I do in a practice. Something I didn't film was me warming up. To warm up to practice, I normally run for 5 minutes and then do a bunch of leg exercises, arm exercises to get my body warmed up to start jumping. At the start of a practice, I always start with a few drills to get my body into the sense of jumping again. Even though I train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in a row, every single day when you come in, your body feels different, so getting it back into the sense of jumping takes a few turns. After I'm done all my drills, I start to move on to routines. You have 2 routines called a compulsory and an optional. In this video, I'm doing my compulsory. A compulsory and an optional has to have 10 skills, and your compulsory is the same as everyone in the same level as you. Every practice is different, and every try of routine can be very different too. In the first routine, I didn't like my form and I didn't like where I stayed on the trampoline, so I tried it again and got it a bit better, so I stopped on that one. Every practice, I try and do either 2 to 3 routines. Here I am doing something called a doubles drill. A doubles drill is your double backflips in a form of in between 6 to 10 skills. As you can see, after the first double backflip, I kind of flung forwards and I had to fight to get it back in the middle to get it prepared for the last double at the end, which was a bit harder. This skill that I'm doing right now is called a 1 and 3 to flat back. I do this skill first to get prepared for the next skill that I'm going to be doing, which is called a half out. The reason why it takes me a few turns to get the half out is because this skill took me a very long time to learn. To get the half out, it took me 5.5 years because of some mental blocks that I had against the skill. So because it's the first skill in my routine, I like to do a few turns. Because it took me so long to get this skill, this is a video of me doing a half out in something called a belt. A belt has someone pulling it up for you so that when you lift off in the air to do it, they have someone holding you up just in case something goes wrong and you fall. After those turns are done, I start to go into my optional. I'm not sure if you guys could tell, but in the first skill, which was the half out, I actually lost my leg when flipping. This caused me to panic a bit because I could feel that my leg was slipping, and then eventually I was not holding on to any of my legs, so I had to bring back the routine, so it was a bit sloppy. I fell at the end because I was rushing through the routine because I was a bit panicked from the start, and it threw me off throughout the whole routine. As you can see in this photo, I was not holding on to my leg. This is the second try of me doing my routine, and I was actually quite happy about this routine. I stayed in the box pretty much the whole entire time, and all of my skills were the correct position. Going back to me falling, I'm going to put in a few videos of when times on trampoline it has not worked out and I've ended up falling quite a few times. Me falling in a practice is very common. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about competitions. The competition I'm going to be showing you was Nationals 2022. I got to go to Nationals because I'm level 5, which level 5 and up is considered to be a national level, and I'm also on Team BC. When you go to Nationals or any competition that is higher than Nationals, you go with Team BC other than your specific home team, which mine would be Shasta. This is me starting my compulsory routine. As you can see, it's the same as in the videos before of me doing it at home. I think this routine went pretty well. I stayed in the middle a lot, and I also had quite good execution, which means my positioning. This routine is my optional. This routine was a different optional because at this point I didn't have the optional that I have right now ready, so I didn't compete it. As you can see, after the first double, I fell in this routine. Unlike gymnasts, trampolinists are not allowed to start again, so you have to present and get off. I have been falling in competitions ever since I was little and I first started. It's quite frustrating and upsetting at first, especially when I was little, because I didn't get that it's okay to fall. Now I'm going to be showing you guys my competition double mini videos at nationals. For double mini, you don't do routines because the double mini is so short, so you have something called passes. When you get to level 5 and up, instead of doing just 2 passes, you have to do 4. As you can see from this angle, there is something called the red box. You aim to land in the red box, and it's a deduction if you step out. As you can see in this video, I took quite a few steps. I don't even know why. Funny story, I didn't actually expect to make it into finals at nationals, so I did only prepare my first 2 passes. So my coach came up to me the morning of and told me that I was going to come to the gym early for something called an open gym. At competitions, we normally have open gyms so that the athletes can get used to the equipment because every trampoline feels different and every double mini feels different. She told me to come in right away in the morning and not be a minute late because I needed to do open gym because I did not have my final 2 passes. So she wanted me to learn a new skill, which is a double layout, which is a double backflip straight, and she wanted me to learn this an hour before I competed, which I tried to. I'm going to show the videos next. When I competed, the double layout did not work. As you can tell, I was supposed to be straight the whole entire time and I bent at the hips, which means that they are going to call it a tuck position. If I say we're to bend just at the knees and my hips stayed straight, they would have considered that a double layout, but it didn't really happen. This again shows that not every competition goes at all as planned, and you just kind of have to accept it and be okay with it. I was quite happy that I made it to finals and I was top 10, so it was quite an accomplishment for me. Coming into finals, I was in 6th place, and after these 2 passes, I ended up coming in 9th place. And this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching about how my practices go and how competitions work. And here are a few extra videos that are quite funny about trampoline.